co-artistic director of Noveltease Theater and co-choreographer for this production of a Metamodern Prometheus, showing at Theater off Jackson on October 5th, 6th, and 7th. So, like a lot of millennials who had parents who enjoyed Mel Brooks movies, my first experience with the Frankenstein narrative was Young Frankenstein. It was one of my favorite movies, still one of my favorite movies. And so that's where I was first introduced to the concept of Frankenstein and that story. I became, as I got older, of course, aware of the kind of older Hollywood versions of Frankenstein. And then when I worked on this production, and the first time back in 2018, I read the book for the first time, and did so that I could inform the adaptation of Mary Shelley's Forward for a Metamodern. So this particular show is kind of fun because it's actually a remount of a previous show that we did that I was sole choreographer on back in 2018. And so adjusting my approach to this show, rescoring it, kind of thinking bigger was a big part of what I've been working on this particular go-around. And in general, when I'm looking at choreographing, I am looking at creating emotional narrative arcs. I'm looking at the context of where characters are in the story that we're in. I'm looking at where they are emotionally at the start, and I'm looking at what needs to be stripped away from them, whether it's physical or whether it's psychological, in order to get to the next part of their story in a narrative fashion. It's one of the things I love about creating narrative burlesque in the context of larger pieces, and particularly in the context of novel adaptations. We have a lot of story to tell in a very short period of time, and sometimes the emotional arc is an entire chapter of a character's life that needs to be told in less than 5 minutes. So I'm looking primarily at how I get from where they are at the beginning of the chapter to where they are at the end of the chapter, and stripping everything away that's not necessary anymore. You know, honestly, what I want people to really get from this particular experience is a sort of artistic joy in the friendships that that Mary Shelley and her friends, who we lovingly call the Shelley Circle, had during this time. There's a lot of kind of folklore around Mary Shelley, Percy Shelley, Lord Byron, John Polidori, Claire Clairmont, and all of those characters had relationships that lasted from this summer that they met for the first time, all the way through their lives. Of course, some of them died young. Percy died very young, but the friendship between Mary Shelley and Lord Byron continued until the end of their lives. And so what I want people to kind of take away is that these friends, these early romantics, the bastions of the romantic movement in so many ways, were just kind of theater kids of their era. Theater kids with money in the case of Percy and Byron, mind you, but theater kids. And so I want people to know, to see that they had fun, to see the sort of affection that they had for each other, and the fact that they were probably all sleeping together. And then think about how that might change the way that they read the stories moving forward. You can go to our website, www.novelteasetheater.org, and look up tickets, our little ticket link that'll take you right there to our subsite for that. And the show is coming up on October 5th, 6th, and 7th at Theater off Jackson in the International District.